Feeling pretty good, man. Happy Friday to you. You know what I
Happy
mean?
Friday. You know what I mean? I seen the Knicks win the championship. They had the Knicks
Yeah.
parade and all that. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the
Got a
whole
little
New York
crazy out
City.
there. Yes, sir. You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying? And it got a little crazy out there, man. I told my brother how to bet on that joint. 70-30. 70 on the Knicks, 30 on the Spurs, just in case, You know. But he came out pretty good though. You feel me?
Right.
Right. Um, the
It was
first
an
thing.
absolute.
Oh, go
Just
ahead.
one thought, real quick. One thought, real quick on the game.
Go
That
ahead.
series, absolute dog. Just whip the absolute dog crap out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I ain't gonna front though. I thought. See, the reason why I told my brother to go 70-30 is I thought that they might take an L because they was leading and the Spurs was leading in all three quarters. So I was like, if they take an L, I was like, you get the 30, at least you get half your money back, $52, whatever, if you put buck up. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they won and he got his bread.
Come on. Get the
Yeah,
money in.
yes, sir. All right, so the first topic is Lil Durk. Let's see what's going on.
Mm.
All right. So Lil Durk co-defendants seek to sever ties from rapper in case. Right. So
Yeah.
two defendants in a murder for hire trial of rapper Lil Durk are once again seeking to distance themselves from the case. In court documents read by Complex, OTF members OTF Didi, legal name DeAndre Wilson, and Brown Eyes, legal name David Lindsay, have scheduled hearings after renewing their motion to sever from the case of Dirk, legal name Dirk Devontae Banks. In Wilson's filing, the attorneys maintain that the client's alleged involvement in the is limited to the August 22 shooting attempt on rapper Quando Rondo, fatally shot in an incident which occurred in Los Angeles, was his close friend and distant cousin, Surveyor Robinson. Attorneys also argued that what was initially a shooting case has evolved into a racketeering prosecution built around a multi-state history of violence, including a 2019 shooting in Atlanta, an attempted murder of Ron Dunn in Blackshear, Georgia in 21, and a Chicago murder in 2022. Right? Neither Wilson or Lindsay is mentioned in the Chicago shooting. A third defendant, OTF member Boogie, legal name Asa Houston, seeks to be severed entirely from his co-defendants and has held firm to the joint trial date of August 20th after being charged with racketeering, conspiracy to commit stalking, and possession in use of a firearm. Wilson claims that his only connection to the Atlanta shooting is arriving to a video shoot weeks later where Dirk has a display of $1 million in cash, which was on that show $1 million worth of game with Gilly the Kid and Wallow, right?
Yeah.
Overseeing the case is Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald, who denied the first severance request in February, highlighting the point that defendants who are charged with the same alleged plot are usually prosecuted together. He's trying to push to keep the case together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? All right. Fitzgerald also shared that evidence will possibly overlap regardless of the cases getting separated. What's up, chat? How y'all feeling?
What up, chat? Happy
What's up?
Friday,
What's
y'all.
up? Happy Friday. He said, Fitzgerald also shared that evidence will possibly overlap regardless of the cases being separated. Last week, lawyers for Dirk maintained that Klein's innocent after a gang-related murder charge was added to the case, alleging Dirk oversaw a criminal enterprise and rewarded members for carrying out violent orders. So, what's your thoughts on that, G?
I mean, I feel like they're trying to separate themselves because they're about to get the ET finger.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
because
about
what they trying to do is charge Dirk in a RICO. So they trying to see. From what I heard, they was watching Dirk for a
for a
long
long
time.
time.
Since Lil
Bond.
Jojo died in probably 2012, they was watching Dirk.
Oh,
Right?
word.
They was watching Keith as well.
That's
So
that
they
hip hop
watched
police
Dirk.
shit for real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But see, the thing is, in Chicago, the police don't really, you know, they if they catch you dead to rights, then they gonna prosecute you. But they not heavy on the investigation like that. That's why the murder rate so high.
Yeah.
Anytime you in a city and the murder rate is super high like that, like in Chicago and all these other areas, Memphis and all that,
St. Louis.
in the center of it is corruption. You feel what I'm saying? So the feds started investigating a lot of cases in Chicago and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So with Dirk, they was investigating him since the Lil Jojo shit. They was also investigating Chief Keef and everybody surrounding them. So if they went back that far, right, they was able to see the rise of Dirk. You see what I'm saying? They was able to see the transformation, him recruiting all these different dudes in this camp that's known killers and all of that, or whatever, allegedly.
Yeah.
They able to see all of that leading up to that case. So even if they don't got evidence on the case itself with Quantarano cousin, they trying to pin him to other murders in Chicago leading up to that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the retaliation for the dudes that killed his brother or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, them dudes got, you know, they got killed. They had a video for it that was out.
Wow.
And, you know, other little situations that was tied to his clique. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they trying to push them as a
breakdown.
RICO. And then they saying that, see, with a RICO, you still got to have, because it's racketeering, so you still got to have some kind of money that's being made for it to be a RICO officially. Even with the Diddy case, I was saying the same thing. I was like, yo, if he's not making money off this situation, then you can't call it a RICO case. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, with Dirk, I don't know who's, if anybody is moving drugs in his organization, then that automatically gonna make it a RICO case. If they tied to that organization, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yo, if they yeah, man, I'm daddy's on the show.
Calling me bad words or that
Hey, no saying bad words. My bad.
Yeah.
Little youngins.
Yes, sir. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. So they looking at it like, yo, we don't have to nail you on the exact case that we charged you with. See what I'm saying?
Baby, daddy's on the show, please. Close the door.
You know, yeah, they don't have to nail Dirk on the exact case they charge him with.
No, you didn't.
You know, all they got to do now is pin Dirk on everything leading up to that. That's why the investigation was long as it was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like he's hella cooked, man. You know, hey, free Dirk, man.
And
know
you
what I
know
mean?
people gonna be
If he
cooperating. You
truly,
already know that.
you know, he's allegedly. It's all alleged. You know what I mean? Until
all
it's said,
alleged.
until it's otherwise.
It's all alleged. But this is the strategy they're trying to go with. That's why they're not trying to do a speedy trial. They're not trying to grant. They're not granting no bail. Not giving no pleas. Like, you see what I'm saying? They're not bending. No, they're not bending in no type of way. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Yeah, man. It's and then you got other people now allegedly that are they're telling too now, right? So it's almost like they're all just gonna cop their.
Yeah, they talking about jail.
I know you didn't.
They talking about jail or whatever, but just the fact that they trying to the other dudes is trying to separate itself from the case. What makes you think that the feds is gonna be okay with that? They might say, okay, yeah, we'll do that, but you got to give us something.
Yeah.
What makes you think we want to, you know, push to separate, you know, yourself from the case? You know what I'm saying? You gotta give us something. So
right.
That's the thing. Like they don't have to separate the case, and especially when the judge saying some of the evidence in one case overlaps into the next one. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they're trying to wrap it all in one,
yeah,
and they're gonna drag that thing out until they know they got him dead to rights. I mean, just to keep up their. I mean, you never know. Dirk got one of the best lawyers too. You know
hmm
what I mean? He's he has the millions of dollars that you're gonna need to try to to try to get out of this jam. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Even look at this joint, right? They said that now this is this article came out in June 4th, 2026 in Rolling Stone, right?
Mhm.
They said a grand jury has added new counts to Dirk's murder for hire case, transforming the federal prosecution to a broader racketeering case, and now accuses the Grammy rapper and his co-defendants of murder in aid of racketeering and conspiracy to commit stalking, right? This third superseding indictment filed Thursday introduces a new allegation involving January 27th killing of a rival game in Chicago. It accuses the All My Life rapper born Dirk Banks of acting as a leader of a menacing Chicago street gang, offering a reward that led to the killing. So they trying to make him a leader. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then it says, according to the filing obtained by Rolling Stone, Banks allegedly bought $1 million cash to a music studio after the perpetrator hit. An alleged co-conspirator later posted a photo on social media showing off his monetary reward. Right. So the shooter showed off the money on social media, like that dummy shit they be doing.
yeah, that
So
shit's wild, B.
it says that the post quoted Banks' song "Aha" with the lyrics, "We be sliding through they blocks and they don't know we have," right? According to the indictment. While the previous indictment alleges criminal activity dating to 2020, the new indictment reaches back further, accusing Banks of taking part in an attempted murder in Atlanta on February 5th, 2019, that prosecutors say that was motivated by a dispute over the purchase of a stolen car. After the alleged victim refused to provide a refund, Banks and others purposely opened fire, striking and wounding the unidentified seller, the indictment says. The new count of murder in aid of racketeering, now listed as count one, incorporates the allegations involving the alleged Atlanta shooting in 2019 and 2022 Chicago killing, citing Georgia and Illinois state laws for murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder. The count also incorporates the alleged Los Angeles murder for hire plot from 2022, previously charged Banks earlier in Banks' earlier indictments. Banks, 33, has pleaded not guilty to his prior indictments. He denies claims that he used coded language to hire a group of hitmen to travel from Los Angeles and carry out an execution-style killing in broad daylight on August 19, 2022. Federal prosecutors say the intended target was Taekwon Terrell Bowman, which is Quando Rondo, and the rapper known as Quando Rondo, who Banks allegedly blamed for the 2020 shooting death of his friend protege, Davon King Vaughn Bennett. Yeah, so yeah, they going crazy. They add new charges. So see, they playing chess. If they don't get you on one thing, they got two other bodies they can get you on.
Yeah,
So why you think his co-defense trying to separate? You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to get
yeah.
charged for these shits. But my thing I was asking before is like, yo, what if the defense say, yo, you're not separating your case? Then what? The only way you're gonna separate your case if you flip. Then what?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're definitely gonna be like, "Yep, you was right.
Yeah,
You got him."
that's crazy. Now, this is all right. So, anything going on this one?
Man, uh, it's just all bad for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I don't think he coming up under this without a
And
long sentence, bro.
he might like cop a plea for like 35 or 40, might be like his. You know what I mean? Maybe,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and he could still have a chance, maybe. But
I don't know,
fat
bro.
time too, they make you do all of that thing.
Yeah, I do not know. All right, so moving forward, right? Yella Beezy, jury trial set for August 2026 in capital murder case. Right? These are all about these three rappers that's on trial right now.
He's
showing
on
the
for
young,
capital murder.
yeah,
Damn.
absolutely. So after Yella Beezy is headed to trial in August 2026 on a capital murder charge stemming from the 2020 shooting death of fellow Dallas rapper Mo 3, born Makes Conway. Yella Beezy has been on house arrest since March 2025 after prosecutors alleged that he paid a man named Kawan Dontrell White to kill Mo
Oh,
3.
that's right. Now it's all coming back to me. My bad. Continue.
Yeah, who shot and killed on the Dallas freeway November 11th, 2020. If convicted, Conway faces life in prison. A pre-trial hearing was held March 6th in Dallas County Criminal District Court, where Judge Chika Aniem heard and ruled on the defense omnibus pre-trial motion. The
We'll
motion
set
was
it up and
essentially
over it tomorrow.
the motion was essentially a formal request for the state to hand over everything the defense is entitled to before trial. Witness lists, physical evidence, lab results, and any information that could help with Conway's case. The court also took up the defense's motion in Lamine on the rap music evidence. The motion asked the judge to decide ahead of trial whether certain evidence can be even shown to the jury. In this case, the defense is pushing back on the state's plan to use Conway's own songs against him in court. As previously reported by Mixtape Chick, prosecutors want to admit 4 of his tracks, Keep It in the Streets, On Your Head, Take 3, and Gassed Up, arguing the lyrics are connected to the feud that led to Mo 3's death. Judge Aniem did not rule on that immediately, saying that she will review the defense exhibits and the state's response before making a decision. Court records show the jury trial is now set for August 24, 2026 at 8:30 p.m. Pre-trial hearings are scheduled for July 24th and August 24th, 2026. So it's trial number 2. So Dirk joined us in October, something like that. Yella Beezy joint is in August. These 2 rappers getting on a trial this year. You see what I'm saying? What you think about this right here, man? You know with this situation, it started over a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Royal Lee, rest in peace. It started over him, like him and Yella Beezy got into it. He cracked some jokes on them. Yella Beezy didn't like the jokes. After the whole comedy show let out, because Roy is a comedian, so after the comedy show let out, Yella Beezy and them got into it. They ended up trying to jump Roy Lee. Roy Lee wanted his head up fade, and he was putting it out there. I want a head up fade. I want a head up fade. You know what I'm saying? You don't run a fade with me, you pussy. Ooh. So
Damn.
Yella Beezy felt pressed. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He trying to come at me, this, that, and the third, whatever. So whatever the case may be, one day, after the woofing back and forth, Roy Lee ended up driving on the highway one night, and he ended up getting popped. Somebody ended up shooting up his car. He ended up getting hit in the leg. So he ends up going to the hospital, little leg injury, whatever, nothing major. But a couple days later, he had I guess like a blood clot in one of his arteries, I guess stemming from the gunshot, and traveled up to his heart, and he ended up dying in the hospital.
Damn.
So everybody was looking at Yella Beezy. Now at that time, there's no evidence to say that he did whatever. You know what I'm saying? But people looked at it as he's the last person that old boy got into it with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Mo 3 is cool with Roy Lee. You see what I'm saying? So he heard about the situation and how it transpired or whatever the case may be. He didn't take too kindly to that. You know what I'm saying? He felt like, that you jumped my homeboy just because, he cracked a joke on you. He's a comedian. He's doing his job. Then when he called you out for a fade, he riding home one day and somebody mysteriously popped him. And now my partner died from complications from that gunshot wound. So now he looking like,
Yeah.
I ain't feeling you. You know what I'm saying? So boom, they start going back and forth. This record start coming out back and forth, whatever the case may be. Then that from this record it turned into pop, pop, bang, bang, and see you,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm knocking you out, you know what I'm saying? It's all type of, back and forth shit that was going on or whatever when they cruise. So Mo3 was going hard on them. It was, shooting back at Mo3 as far as, diss records and all that. And then, one day Mo3 go by a female house. I guess, he was dealing with in Dallas, left there to go somewhere else, had a hammer on him, but he didn't have the hammer on his person. He had it in his glove compartment or whatever. He pulls it. Now they say that, and I'm just telling you from stuff that I heard back then from when it first happened. Like they said somebody was following dude, right? And he pulled by the gas station because he felt like somebody was following him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got the blick in the glove compartment. He don't even reach in there and put the blick, on his person. You know what I'm saying? He leaves it in the glove compartment. You feel me? Now, granted, you ain't trying to catch a gun charge, but if you feel like somebody following you, I think now's the time to arm yourself. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. This is from what I'm hearing, so don't quote me on it, but this is from the stuff that I read. Like, he gets back on the highway, dude's still following him. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, he starts bucking, put the pedal to the metal in traffic. Dude starts chasing him. He runs into a traffic jam. So when he ran into the traffic jam, that's when, I don't know if he must have stopped and let dude get ahead of him because dude was in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he runs into a traffic jam. Dude ends up in front of him. Mo3 hops out, but I don't know if he must have not been thinking in the moment. Sometimes, you in the mix of everything going on, your adrenaline rushing. Sometimes some people don't think. So he jumped out of the driver's side, go back to the passenger side to try to get the gun out of his glove. Realized he couldn't get the gun. Dude was already on him. Dude already hopped out the car, started running them down. So he realized he couldn't get to the ratchet, and dude ended up running, and dude ended up chasing him down and running him down the highway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that was a fatal mistake, bro. Because if you knew the gun was in the glove compartment, why not just have it on your lap? You feel somebody on you. You stop by the gas station, you feel somebody's on you. Put it on you, and you know what I'm saying? Like, then you jump on the highway, you was better off, because that's one thing about them highways. Like, if you catch a traffic jam, you gotta peep that from B. But sometimes, like certain highways, it'd be so much distance before one exit to the next that if you get on this exit, and let's say it's like 10 miles or 15 miles to the next exit, and it's a traffic jam there, you could get jammed up.
Yeah, you might need to go on the side of the road for real.
Yeah, but what if you on an overpass? That's what he was on. He was on an overpass. So ain't no going on the side of the road. You jammed in for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So like, son ended up getting, laid down or whatever, unfortunately. But yeah, it's crazy, bro.
So did they finally sentence him for this whole thing?
Nah, they picked up the dude that was the shooter.
Oh yeah, they finally picked up the actual shooter.
Yeah, they picked up the actual shooter, but now they connected. The dude was locked up for a little minute. Like, he's still locked up. But I don't think he went to trial yet. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So they picked up Yella Beezy because they know somebody paid him. You know what I'm saying? They know somebody paid him. But he could be in there talking, though. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Because,
it's in the new breed these days. They just talk. You know what I mean?
But I ain't gonna put that on them, though. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Let me distract that, man. I ain't gonna
It's just unfortunate that that's like a high percentage chance of these guys telling these days.
Yeah, they both gonna be going to trial, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they picked up Yella Beezy a little while after they picked him up. They didn't pick up Yellow Beezy right away. They picked up Yellow Beezy maybe like a year, maybe two later, maybe a year, a little bit over a year later. You know what I'm saying? Maybe longer. You know what I'm saying? That they definitely didn't pick him up right when they picked Shooter up. So the alleged shooter. You know what I'm saying? So now I think they holding him in jail, so now they could all go to trial and they're gonna see what it do. You feel me? But it's unfortunate because it's true. It started over some BS.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it started over some straight BS, bro.
It's like somebody just getting their feelings hurt at a comedy show. This is part of what comedians do. Yeah.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, bro. Like no sense. You know. So anything going on this, bro?
Man, it's just another one bites the dust, man.
Yes, sir.
Kind of like, you know what I mean? Just kind of a rinse. It's a cycle. It's kind of familiar. Sometimes it's always been like this, so to speak. Just not in this fashion, where they're getting on tracks and like claiming it and just making sure everyone knows it's them. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to defend that in court.
I'm telling you, man. The dudes be having good careers, man, and just throwing it away over nonsense, bro. Like it don't even make no sense, bro.
Yeah, they get these days. Not only will they admit it themselves cryptically on their own music, but they will also digitally leave the breadcrumbs everywhere they go. You know what I mean? It's just even in that moment when they were going back to the Dirk thing where he posts ha 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 and then some lyrics. Like right after, now this is time stamped. You know what I mean? Now this is time stamped. You know what I mean? Right when brother was hit, wherever you're at in the world, you're posting this in real time, and like that immediately puts you in the know. You know what I mean? Like it's just the YMW Melly thing. You know what I mean? Like
man, that's
everyone. These kids, they grow up, with the phone in their hand. And just that alone already traps them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, all right, so moving forward, Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty Dallas kidnapping trial pushed to next year due to complexity of case. Right?
Wow.
So the trial of Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty has been pushed to February after his lawyer requested an extension due to the complexity of the case, court records show. Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, is accused of kidnapping and robbing Gucci Mane at a Dallas music studio in January over a disagreement about his record label contract. Williams' trial was originally scheduled to begin on July 6, but his lawyers requested an extension last month after they received 96 gigabytes, about 14,000 pages of discovery material for the case, the court filing shows. His lawyers expect even more records, videos, and audio to be released to them. The February 22 rescheduling means Williams gets to keep his lead attorney, John Helms. Helms is also representing another rapper, All-Star JR. Remember him? Who had a trial scheduled to begin the same week as Williams. So, All-Star JR and Pooh Shiesty's trial is beginning the same week.
Dang, are they trying to get All-Star JR for just the gun charge, or are they charging him with murder?
I'm gonna check him out in a second, man, because that case is just did not make sense.
It went quiet real quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to me. How was he locked up and he wasn't the aggressor? Like that, that's a whole.
Yeah, like he's self-defense, but he's trying to claim the gun wasn't his.
They trying to say that the gun came from Detroit with him. He had the gun on him the whole time. That's what they claimed.
So, but my thing was, him being on parole or whatever.
Even if that was the case, why the hell is the aggressor still on the street and he's locked up, bro? Like that doesn't make any sense. But
yeah,
let me just finish this. I'm gonna get to him in a sec. All right, so All-Star JR, who had a trial scheduled to begin the same week as Williams. For now, Williams will remain in the Kaufman County jail cell. A judge in April denied his release on bond due to his criminal history. Williams pleaded guilty in 2022 to a federal firearms conspiracy charge and was released in October 2025. Just 3 months later, prosecutors alleged Williams arranged a business meeting in Dallas with Gucci Mane, whose real name is Roger Davis, to discuss the terms
Gucci.
of his recording contract. Williams was signed to Davis, the new 1017 Records music label in 2020. Once at the studio, Williams asked Davis to come to the recording booth to discuss his record contract, the complaint says. That's when Williams pulled out an AK-style weapon called a Draco and forced Davis to sign a release from his recording contract at gunpoint, the court documents allege. Williams was accused of stealing Davis' wedding ring, earrings, watch, and cash. Rodney Wright, who goes by Big 30, allegedly blocked off the studio door with his body. He wild enough and recorded Davis verbally releasing Williams from his contract.
Oh, his name was 330. Is that his weight?
Big 30. And he said, but during the April bond hearing, Williams' former attorney, Brad Cohen, pressed on the FBI agent on the stand for more details about the Bureau's investigation. The agent admitted they don't have the alleged contract Davis was forced to sign at gunpoint or the video Wright recorded. I'm just shocked when they say that there might be a video out there, but they don't have it. They might be this mystery contract, but they don't have it. That's what the lawyer's saying. Williams, Williams, his father, and 7 others were indicted by a Dallas grand jury on kidnapping and extortion charges. Williams pleaded not guilty. Each of the men faced up to life in prison if convicted. Davis seemingly responded to the case last month on diss track toward Williams. He rapped about the moment he was allegedly robbed. I walk in the room, you could feel the pressure building. He rapped. You know that song that he made.
Yeah.
You know that song that Gucci made coming at Gucci.
Yeah. And where he basically tells the whole situation, which is basically telling.
Oh no. But
I mean, it's there's a first for everything, guys. It's the first time I've ever seen this where someone got robbed and went out and immediately did a track like, yo. Yeah, I mean, like,
new to me. It's all new to me, man.
Like, first day out tracks, that's common, right? But like, you just got robbed and you go do a track, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, all new to me. I know nothing about it.
I mean, shit. By the grace of God, I don't know anything about that neither.
All right, so let me see. I want to see if there's any case updates for All-Star JR. Okay, I mean June 3rd. So it says like rapper Ben 10 suffered irreversible paralysis in All-Star JR shooting. So he really did get paralyzed permanently.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean,
I'm pretty
sure All-Star JR got a solid case here.
So rapper NBA Ben 10, real name Ben Fields, has suffered irreversible paralysis in the April shooting that Detroit rapper All-Star JR was arrested for, according to Houston authorities. Harris County court records first spotted KPRC to Houston and reviewed by Complex show that All-Star JR, real name Jeremy Christopher Lloyd, is now facing a felony charge of aggravated assault for traumatic brain or spine injury. That charge in Texas State Court was announced last week, though the case is currently listed as inactive. That's weird. Floyd is also facing separate federal weapons charges for the same incident. The complaint in Harris County says that the shooting resulted in irreversible paralysis for Fields. It says that authorities learned from Fields' medical treatment team that he sustained a spine injury as a result of the shooting, which had left him without sensation from the waist down. His prognosis, the complaint continues, is irreversible paralysis of the lower extremities. All-Star JR is accusing him of shooting NBA Ben 10 during an altercation at a restaurant in Houston in April. With surveillance video showing a person identified as him fighting several individuals who appeared to try to rob him. During the altercation, a gun seemingly fell to the floor and All-Star JR opened fire on the individual, shooting 3 people. But then he said, investigators said that Ben 10 was struck by the gunfire and fell to the ground. All-Star JR approached him, fired 3 more rounds at him close range, and tried to fire the gun at his head before he realized he was out of ammunition. Damn, he tried to smoke him. Word. He said police added that he pistoled at Ben 10 and spat on his face. Did him filthy. He did him filthy. But you see, when you do all of that, you can't claim self-defense on it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, when you do all of that, it's like, I mean, but he could say, you know, he got caught in the rage.
Heat of the moment, right? You know, the adrenaline. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's ways that they'll, you know, you're gonna try to, you know, but that is actually show quite the display of control there in a moment like that. Control enough that she was able to, you know, consciously like, I'm spit on him too. And another thing, he comes back. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you this though.
Spits on him.
I'm gonna tell you this joint though. Like Ben 10 was running around being a bully, bro. He was running around being a bully. I seen him on interviews. He pressing the interviewer. He beat dudes up at shows. You know what I'm saying? Throwing his weight around, and you threw your weight around, and everybody not going. Some people put you in a casket for playing with them. Like everybody not going. You could be that bully. You do that bully shit all you want. Some people are not going, and they strapped up, ready to go, and they're gonna send you where you need to go. You playing with them, like that's just what it is. Like some people are not playing that shit, and you know, ready. You know, evidently he met his match that night. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know,
and it worked out for him.
And like, I ain't gonna hold you, like that's just like somebody who just really wanna like do some shit all the time because it wasn't even his bitch that this dude was fucking with. He doing this on the strength for the homie, which is also some weirdo shit. It's like just tripping off the baby moms in general. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't live a long life being a crash out, man.
Come on.
You just can't.
And that's the irony
your
too.
life
Is that
gonna end and it's gonna end fast. Like somebody gonna clip your wings.
Or in this case, now he paralyzed for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like now, I mean, shit, even this case where like he didn't die, but now he paralyzed for the rest of his life. You know what I mean?
And this is the reality of the situation, right? He gotta hope that how you gonna get money? How you gonna get money? You can't do the thing that NBA YoungBoy had you around to do. You can't be the goon and be bully around him no more. You can't do that. You in wheelchair. You messed up. How you gonna get to the dope?
And he better hope he don't run into somebody that he fucked up before because they might not have no sympathy for him in a wheelchair.
Because I heard, you know, they were saying that he got shot in Baton Rouge or something like that. I don't know how true that is, but I was seeing it in the news. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Damn.
See it in the news. Real talk.
Damn.
In the wheelchair.
In the wheelchair, bro.
But let me see if it's still. Let me see if it has been bumped. Oh, here we go. Baton Rouge rapper NBA Ben 10 was one of 3 people shot on Wells Street in Baton Rouge on Tuesday, May 12, 2026. All 3 victims were transported to the hospital in a private vehicle. This happened just 5 weeks after he survived another shooting in Houston.
Yeah.
So he got bucked again. WBRZ, this Baton Rouge news.
This is like right after too. They said,
"Hey, he got bucked again." Because he went back to because look, if you don't have no real value to your team, and all your only job is to be a crash out, for the team, then what happens when you're not able to be the crash out no more because somebody done hit you up and permanently damaged you?
For real, bro.
Now
And now it's like,
either your man sit down with you and be like, yo, listen, I know you paralyzed right now, but look, as far as getting money, you might want to use your head, like, and just do something, that you can use your head with, because you can't really do nothing physically right now because you incapacitated. Either they're gonna hold you down, give you some game, and say, listen, I'll help you in that area where you can learn something and learn how to make some money, maybe online or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you're not that type of guy and you just stuck on just being a hood dude, you go back to the hood and now you in a wheelchair and now you got enemies and now they gonna crash you. Oh, he in a wheelchair? We don't care. We still pop shot at you. Nah, we still popping shots at you. We don't care if you're in a wheelchair. Ain't no rest for the wicked, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no rest for the wicked, bro.
Real talk.
So yeah, like that's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that I put all these cases up here to let people know, like, yo, listen, you got an opportunity to change your life. You better change it. You get up. You better stay there. You get some money. You get a good opportunity. You better stay there. Do what you gotta do to stay there. Because there ain't nothing in these streets but drama and BS, jail bars and death and mayhem and violence. That's all it is in these streets. There ain't nothing else but that.
For real. You ain't lying.
All three of these dudes, Dirk, Gella Beezy, Pooh Shiesty, they all had opportunity. Ben 10, they all had opportunities to change their life, or they was around people that was in a position that they could change their life. They could give them opportunity. And I'm pretty sure they didn't mind if they had the mind for it. But they don't even realize the situation they in. So they treat it like anything else, like any other opportunity. And then they never get that situation again ever in life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
be aware.
like,
Don't be so gangster that you can't realize when you got a good situation in front of you.
yeah.
Because
You know what's really
then it's
gangster?
going to be an afterthought.
What's really
Real talk.
gangster to me is like the gangsters who transition out of the life correctly. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause and listen, they still be one to fuck with, but at the same time, they figured out a way to be like, all right. They like think about this, like motherfuckers in their 40s and 50s still banging and shit. That's kind of wild to me. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
just
the
people
life
that
type
didn't
of shit.
grow up. That's all it
But
is,
yeah,
man.
exactly. At one point, motherfuckers got to grow up, not just
Or
in
you walking
age.
it down to death. Unless you want to walk it down to the grave. You want to walk the gangster shit down to the grave. Then if you did that, then hey, forget what I told you. I don't. Hey.
Hey,
But if you doing the gangster shit to try to create a better way for you and your peoples, understand when you have a good situation in front of you and don't fumble it. That's it.
real.
Because this dude was
Yeah,
around
man.
NBA YoungBoy since the beginning.
You ever see interviews
Dirk
with
been
Hammer?
getting money for 15 years.
Think about this, bro. When you think about MC Hammer, what do you think about? How he lost all that fortune, right?
He lost that fortune because he didn't have no respect for money that he had.
And he had an entourage of 200 that he was paying like 5,000 each a month for
Everybody
whatever jobs they
became,
were
hey,
doing.
listen, since the only thing you could do with all them people is some of them gonna work for you, and the other ones you're gonna invest in a career and for a profit. Or
Yeah.
you could do it as a tax write-off. But I can't pay for 200 people just out of my pocket and not receive nothing.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And when they ask him about it, he always says, yeah, my legacy became the butt of people's jokes. But he says when he looks back,
Nah, it's a
that was
learning. It's a
200.
learning experience.
Yeah,
Not a
but
joke.
he also said, you know, when he doesn't regret anything because when he looks back, he took 200 people out of Oakland. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Two, two,
understandable, right? But this the
yeah.
thing. It's not a joke
But it
because
wasn't gonna
it's
last
been
long.
look. It's not a joke because there's been plenty broke rappers after MC Hammer.
Yeah, this is
So
a
it's not
fact.
a joke. It's something to learn from. You know what I'm saying?
He was the first one to get like, you know, 50, 70 million or whatever it was. You know what I mean? People ain't seen rap was still young. It was still like a young sport at that time. You feel me?
Yeah.
Rap wasn't but like 15 years old at the time. Maybe what was
Real
that,
talk.
91? So yeah, rap wasn't but like 12, 13 years old at the time.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it come down to. Like, you know, it's you gotta learn from situations like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got a good opportunity in general. I mean, whether it's entertainment or not, like, you know, you get a good job, you get a good career, you know what I'm saying, a good situation to better your life and to level up. You don't wanna fumble that being stupid and doing dumb shit. Like, hell nah, man. You know, stay in pocket. Stay
Yeah.
focused. You know what I'm saying? You know, real talk.
You know, it's a real, you know, what he could have done, like going to the Pooh Shiesties specifically, right? Is like, man, you just got out. You could have some buzz around your name. You know, how many albums on the contract you got? Knock all of them out. Motherfuckers go in there and they
Exactly.
punch you. Like, you know what I mean? But he's like, you know, he want to do some gangster shit.
Yeah.
Where in
And
a day and age where there's cameras everywhere. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And
Like,
the worst thing you could do, I'm gonna say this because somebody said that Drake put out those 3 albums because he was trying to get off his contract. The worst thing you can do is put out mediocre projects just to
yeah,
get out of a business agreement because you're beefing with somebody in business. That's only going to affect you. It ain't going to affect them. They don't make music. Yeah, they might get less money off the project, but they're gonna sign another artist. They're gonna make that money. They're not tripping. But people
yeah.
going to look at those projects. Your fans gonna look at those projects like, oh, those ain't hitting like that.
I
You
ain't
feel
gonna
me?
hold you. I finally got into listening to some of that Drake, and I had to turn it off because it was so mid.
Now, I mean, I picked a couple songs out of it, but I ain't gonna front. It's just not my bop, bro. Like,
And
just
really, maybe
overall,
that's what
it's
it
not
is
really
for
my
me
bop
too.
like that.
I'm trying not to hate. I'm trying to listen with an unbiased ear, and I'm just like, this is whack. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I tried to. I tried to.
yeah, I
You know what I'm
tried
saying?
because
Like, I
everyone
I
keeps
listened
swearing
to
by
two
it,
out of
and it's
three
like,
albums.
oh,
I'm
I
still
just
working on the third one. You know what I mean? But it's just like
I made my way through Iceman, but then I was the other ones. I was just like, I can't do this.
I tell you what, I am listening to that on repeat right now.
Yeah, I like the segue.
I don't paint houses, man. We paint, no,
Yo,
we
wow.
paint houses. We paint houses.
I heard you
Conway the
paint
Machine.
houses.
We paint houses. That's what I got in rotation, man. It's some dope tracks off that. The Eminem joint, the Emotionless, and the Drake song he did over. You know what I mean? Oh man, he got some joints from there.
Yeah, 20 shots is my shit.
Yeah,
20 shots. Let off like 20 shots. All my
yeah.
Glocks got 20 shots.
And then Who Kid compliments that joint right,
Yes.
man.
It
Who
makes me
Kid
feel like the old G Unit days.
mm-hmm.
Remember them old
Mm-hmm.
G Unit tapes?
Yeah.
It
It
just
gave
gives
me
me
that
that.
feel.
Yeah.
I feel like Conway need to just go on a run, man. Like mixtape wise, and just hit him in the head. But I feel like he need. I feel
Like
like he
Fab?
need he need like 1 or 2 people with him. Nah, he don't need no Fab with him. He need like rappers.
No,
You
no, no.
know
I'm talking
who?
about like how Fab had the mixtape series. The some, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not like Fab, like G Unit. Like how when G Unit was just dropping back to back,
Okay.
back to back every 2 weeks or every week or two, there was a new G Unit, and they did that for like a couple months. You know what I'm saying? It was a G Unit joint like every week or two,
They were
coming
blitzing.
out back to back, and people was taking those mixes and remixing those with the stuff that they got in the cut. Like, yo,
Yeah.
it was like a real run, like for Gene. I haven't seen somebody do that in a while, rap wise.
You know, Conway, I like how he did this too. Where I mean, I was only made aware of it because you had sent me a screenshot of his post and had his phone number. At first, I go, "Oh shit, you about to link with Conway?" You're like, "Nah, text
Nah,
the
I
number
got that
and you
on.
get
I
the
got that on
mixtape."
to IG though.
Right?
Yeah,
You know, my dumb ass. I was like, "Oh shit, you about to link with
you
Conway?" He's like,
would
"No,
think
no, no,
that though.
text."
You would
He
think
was
that.
like, "Text the number, you get the mixtape." I'm like, then even more my dumb ass couldn't. I kept I kept pressing the wrong thing. Then you're like, "No, bro, stay on the net, and it's gonna trust me." You're like, "Do it right now," and I figured it out finally. I'm like, "Yes," and that shit is amazing. That
Yeah,
702 joint is my joint too.
yeah, that joint was
And then
702.
there's
Like,
another one right after the Drake song. It's
yeah,
boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm talking about? And then they had the Casey and JoJo sample. That shit
yeah,
was hella hard. I was like, yo,
yeah,
this
that
dude can do
joint,
joints for
man.
the
Listen,
females for real too.
listen. But yeah, man, that joint was crazy, man. But yeah, you know, y'all go check out that Conway, man. That you
Yeah.
paint houses,
I
man.
think some of it is on. I
That
think
mixtape,
it's all on YouTube now too. Now, so if y'all,
Conway a Who Kid, man.
yeah,
Real talk.
Conway and Who Kid,
Check
I
that
paint
out.
houses,
Yes, sir. Check that out. But yeah, bro, tell them people where to catch you at, man.
and you already know you.
Oh, happy Juneteenth too.
Yeah, happy
All
Juneteenth,
my folks
everybody. You
out
know what
here,
I
you
mean?
feel me? Happy Juneteenth. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell people where to catch you at though.
You already know. Anywhere you consume your music, Bogart, scot free. You know, Apple, Spotify, things of that nature. You know what I mean? YouTube. You can check out all our visuals on Neon Peacock on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You can see all our little AI madness we've been having fun with recently. You know what I mean? Doing lyric videos and things of that nature.
Yeah,
So yeah, check us out, man.
what's the website
We
they could
dropping
go
right
to
now.
though? What's the website they could go to and
Oh yeah, Shop Prime One is the
okay.
website. You know what I mean? And also you'll see it's called the Protocol, but you can also look it up as Shop Prime One. You know what I mean? If you want to check out our new releases, it's called The Cargo Cult. And shout out to my man Benny Franco out of Oak Park. That's Guccini's little brother. We
Yes,
finally dropped
sir.
the
Smooth.
yeah.
Shout
Shout out to Smooth.
out to
You know what I mean?
Smooth.
Yeah, and we actually have a sampler on Spotify and Apple. Just if you guys want to check it out, look up Prime One, the Cargo Cult sampler, and it got a snippet of every song mixed together by one of the homies. So you know what I mean? We're going direct to consumer, but you want the whole project, and that's how you're gonna get it now. But we also have the sampler out there, and the sampler is slapping. That's for free for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go pick up boy doing this shit up, man. You feel me?
Yeah,
Go pick
the
that good
Cargo
music
Cult,
up.
baby.
Yes, sir. Go check that out, man. And you got the merch coming soon too. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yes,
It's a
sir.
fact.
You catch me here, this Boogie 45, man. It's from a fan's perspective. Catch me here on YouTube. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.
Peace.